We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Conrad Robert Murray, guilty of the crime of involuntary manslaughter.
I want to first get your thought on the verdict and what it was like sitting in court and hearing that the man responsible for your brother's death was finally convicted.
I was happy for my mother, for his kids, for the fans because this was built up to focus on Conrad Murray, but I always say he's the finger to a bigger hand. How I felt, I consoled my mother, she cried, and Randy was next to her, and then the scream you heard in the court, of course, was my sister LaToya. She gets kind of animated there. But I just feel like the charge is nothing. It's nothing. You took my brother, and 4 years in involuntary manslaughter, he'll do 2.
To see him being led away in handcuffs, you've waited a long time for this moment.
Even if he got all the time in the world, it's not going to bring Michael back. Justice wasn't served, as far as I'm concerned. He's the finger to a bigger hand. We need to find out where this hand is that this finger belongs to.
When you look at Murray, he has a mother who was in court quite a bit. He has several children. Do you feel any sympathy at all for Murray or his family?
We felt sympathy for his mother. My mother did as well, so did my sister Rebe. Because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and that's her son, but still, he put money first.
You have done a wonderful job, as well as your mom, Jermaine Jackson, shielding the children from the spotlight. But I'm curious, did they follow this trial at all, and what was their reaction to this verdict?
I think they were on their way home from school because the verdict was kind of early, around 2. They're really strong. They're getting a lot of love from my mother and my father and Jafar and Your Majesty and Randy's kids, and they're just being kids. They talk about their father every day. Daddy would have did this and that and that kind of thing.
Looking ahead to November 29th, his sentencing, what can we expect from the Jackson family in terms of a victim impact statement, perhaps a letter from Michael's children?
I don't even want to be there, really.
You won't be there on the 29th?
I don't. He's going to jail for what? For how much time?
He could get a maximum of 4 years, but you're saying even if he got 4, that still isn't enough. Yeah.
Even if he got life, it's not going to bring my brother back. I think it's a sad situation, and he's been tried and found guilty for his crimes and his actions. And I think this is why I wanted to write the book too, because I wanted people to remember. They tried to slur Michael's name during the trial.
What about Dr. Klein's explosive new claim?
I think he was totally addicted to propofol. We know he couldn't sleep without it.
Dr. Klein, I've never met him before, but I think he was covering his own butt, really, because there was no reports that Michael was addicted to propofol or Demerol during the time of the autopsy.
Were you surprised when you heard about MSNBC airing this documentary, where the cameras followed Dr. Conrad Murray for the past few years?
It's ludicrous. It's crazy. It's crazy because he's lying. He's a liar, and he had his chance in court, and he didn't stand up, which makes him a coward. And now for him to say these things, there again, money. He must have been paid handsomely to do this, and it says a lot about MSNBC.
What's next for you and your family, Jermaine?
I would love to see my brothers and us just to do a tour.
I was going to ask you about that. You didn't attend the tribute concert because of the trial, the concert in Wales, but what are your plans to perhaps get that off the ground now?
Well, it depends if I can get those knuckleheads to thinking.
I'll help you round them up.
Yeah, no, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably work out. But we should just tour and play the music.
The fans would love that.
Play the music in celebration of him.
You know, we're always just intrigued by Michael's children. I hear Prince, he's quite the businessman. He's going into business with his uncles, launching his own clothing line, leather jackets.
I don't want to speak too much about it because they want to keep it quiet, but there is some truth to it, and he's very supportive in just getting this done. He's committed to showing up to the meetings and stuff, but I can't.
So he's very hands-on. He's not just having things handed to him. He has creative input, right?
Yeah, he better. He's the son of Michael.
And Paris, she's launching into the acting world. Does that scare you?
No, because she's smart and she can handle it. She's been taught to know the difference on stage and off stage and just the different characters that you're going to meet along the way.
As their uncle, what